So I'm going to tell you why you should now buy the EOS R5 or even the cheaper R6. Let's jump into the video. Now, if you're like me, I literally was only able to color grade this footage yesterday to this level at which I'm okay with. There's absolutely no reason for somebody like me to be getting the EOS R5 or even the EOS R6. Let's assume I can afford one. I would not be able to use it to its full potential. I still have a lot to learn. In fact, it will even be more stressful using them than not using them. I have to deal with more expensive accessories, more expensive or more larger file sizes. I'll be stressing my little computer to be able to edit just one simple video. I don't know how to color grade properly. So how am I going to start color grading that whole footage in the way that it's actually going to look good? How exactly is somebody like me with very little experience is going to take advantage of all the capabilities of the EOS Rs? None. I'm using the A6400. It's even funny that this video is coming from a Sony shooter. I bought this camera because it has the nice balance between functionality and usability for a beginner. This is not a beginner's camera, but it is a good camera for a beginner to start with. Why? Because things I buy, my lenses, my accessories, everything I'm getting for this camera is going to be cheaper. It's going to introduce me to limitations that I can find with cameras and teach me ways of working around using it in such a way that it's not really tasking on my pockets and at the same time it's not really tasking on my time. It's simpler, it's easier. I am very certain that by the time I max out this camera, that would be when I should be considering getting another camera, not before. I fall among the category of people that has more knowledge than skill. So I do know what I am capable of using this camera for if I had one, but I definitely would not be able to use it. Rather than me wasting money to get the EOS Rs, I should invest more money in this my camera, which is something I've done. So let me give you the part I'm taking to filmmaking. Wait, let me get a pen. I couldn't find the pen. By the way, how do you like my nice rig there with this light bulb? It does nothing for this video. The only thing that light does for my video is just light up that stand. Makes me feel as if there's some separation, even though visually I cannot see anything. But we'll just keep it there. What you should do if you're in the same situation like me, okay, let's look at it this way. If you're able to afford that camera, you have like an unlimited budget, I would advise you to buy the EOS R5, then rent it out for money. So you'd be getting income for that camera and get a smaller camera that you use to practice and learn and fight with the limitation. Try to get the best out of it. But by the time you get to the point of using the EOS R5, you'd have probably seen another camera that you're interested in buying, but we're not going to look at it that way. By the time you get to that level, you'd be able to learn through the whole process. It's a process that you have to go through. You cannot skip the process of learning how to use a camera by buying the best camera and expecting the best visual experience, the best storytelling. Like me now, I'm still completely new. I'm trying to learn how to even talk to the camera. I think so far this is pretty much my best video of communicating with the camera straight out of my head and while looking at the camera lens at the same time. But I still have a long way to go. By the way, that was my color grading. I don't know if it's really nice. Please tell me, leave your comments. Please leave comments on this video. Let me know exactly if I'm doing anything right. Rather than considering buying a camera, I think you should consider investing more in getting skilled to use a lesser camera. When I was getting my A6400, people were telling me that, no, this camera is too expensive. You don't need it. You can make video with less. You can shoot your videos with your phone, this, that. They're all right, which is completely true. I could tell a very good story using my phone camera, period. But at the same time, it would not make me, how will I put it? Imagine me trying to grade this footage, recording it on my Note 9. I guarantee it would be stressful for me grading this footage if I shot it with my Note 9 than grading this footage as I'm shooting it with my camera. I want interchangeable lenses. I want something that would be easy for me to upgrade in the future. I don't want to be locked into one thing, get a lot of skill into one thing before experimenting with other things. It's going to be, to be honest, it's going to be pretty much boring for me if I shoot my phone. But yes, back to the EOS R. But they're beautiful cameras. 8K 30 frames per second, 4K 120 frames per second, joined together with all the footage I see, like the footage that Peter Canon put out. You know, there's sometimes you would see it too, and you'd see great storytelling, but you're capable of seeing this is what the till gave you, this is what great storytelling gives. Forget the fact that they both mix up and create a beautiful experience, a beautiful watching experience, with just those individual capability of the person recording the video and the person shooting the video come together. I like cameras. So me seeing the footage that came out of it, it kind of got me a little bit pumped, as if I'm the one shooting it. Even though if you give me the camera, you give me the lens, you give me everything, I would not be able to create a story that good. So if you're like me in this situation whereby you are still learning, please look somewhere else. Those cameras are way too professional for somebody that is a beginner. You're just going to cause yourself trouble. You're going to have some very expensive gear, unless you have unlimited budget and you have unlimited time. If you don't have unlimited budget or you don't have unlimited time, for you to sink that kind of amount of money to get an expensive camera, to get an expensive rig, to get expensive storage devices, to work with large file sizes, it's a lot to take in, and it's kind of discouraging. By the time you use that for some few weeks and you don't really see that much result out of it, you would pretty much abandon it and call you and have that sense of failure, because the results you expect is not what you see. So far, as long as I have not maxed out an APS-C Sony camera, I have no business looking at those cameras. If you're in the same business, so does you. This so does you, or so doesn't you. This is just pretty much me ranting on why you should not get the EOS R5 and R6, even though they're both amazing cameras. But if you want to buy one for me, please buy one for me. I will gladly collect it. There's no two ways about it. They're amazing cameras. The specs are very high. The things you can do with them, the sky is the limit. But the same thing can be said from this camera. I saw a video by Sydney Diggs, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. And he shot a video with the A6300 and the kit lens. I am not capable of reproducing what he did with my A6400 and the kit lens. So seeing what he's capable of doing, this is where knowledge and experience differ. In my head, I know how to achieve or how to shoot that kind of video, but physically, if I pick up my camera, I get distracted with so many things. I cannot express what I have in my head through my camera right now. I think if you're in the same situation as me, you should not be looking to buy an expensive gear. You should really focus more on gaining experience. So if you're like me and you don't really know that much about filmmaking and you're still learning, please don't look at the EOS R5 or R6. They're kind of intimidating devices, and by the time you get them, I do see them causing more harm than positive. By the time you're able to tell a complete story, you should be ready to be looking at those kind of cameras. But so far, you're not capable of telling a story with any of your videos, don't look at those cameras. You have other things to worry about, and those tools will not make you a better filmmaker. But when you're a better filmmaker, you'll be able to take more advantage of those tools to tell better stories. Does that make sense? That's how I hope it does. That is me telling you, please don't buy the EOS R5 if you're a beginner. It will not be useful for you. Why do you need that much of a full frame? This is an APS-C. It's actually pretty good. I don't know. You don't need it. Even though you want it, even though I want it, we all want it. It's clear, all of us want that camera, but it's not the right camera for everyone. And if you're like me, you're just learning this whole thing, trying to get good at making videos, please look at something cheaper. Look at something between, like, within that $1,000 budget. You have a lot of options that will serve the purpose based on the limits of your capabilities. If you're that kind of person that people that want the highest quality possible and you have unlimited budget, okay, go for it. So you will be hit with higher file sizes, you will be hit by more expensive accessories. It might affect your learning experience. I don't know, maybe it's just me talking out of my ass here, but don't buy a camera because of what it can do. Buy a camera because of what you can do with it. And the only way you can know what to do with a camera that expensive is if you already know how to use a camera before you buy a camera that's that expensive to push it to the next level. Somebody like me that don't know if I'll be doing client work, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm enjoying making videos, talking about cameras because I know about cameras, or because I have a hobby for them and interested in using them and like what they offer. Would I ever get to the stage that I would actually need an EOS R5 or an EOS R6? Yes. So that's it. It's Ibrahim Usman, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.